try to snap a couple pictures so I can. On that. Yeah, yeah.
Brad, when you thought about this fight, how closely did you envision in the fight in your head to what played out there in the octagon?
You know, one of my guys, Eric Nixick, you know, always tells me about that visualization. And just this morning, as I was taking a shower before we jumped on the bus, you know, that's what I was envisioning in the shower. I always envision my hand raised at the end. I see myself out there with my opponent, you know, next to me, but it's my hand being raised. But, you know, I really felt like I was going to get the finish. I just felt like I was a superior fighter, and I was ready for wherever this fight went. And most of the fight we spent on the feet. I actually wanted to, you know, change it up and see if I could get him to the mat and see how he was there. But pretty decent takedown defense on him. And but at the end of the day, you know, was the right hand, was the striking that did the trick.
I think this is, what, 4 in a row for you now? Is it a little extra sweet fight? Because I believe the last 3 wins were decisions.
Yep.
To get a definitive finish, does it make it extra sweet?
Oh, definitely. You know, I know I'm a dominant fighter. I feel like every time I go in there, I'm dominating these fights. And you know, you can't really trust the judges. I felt like I was up 2-0 going into that third, but Ray came in there and said, hey, you know, I think we're winning, but we don't know how the judges are seeing it. So let's put a stamp on this third round, and that stamp ended up being the finish. So stoked.
What was the game plan coming in for?
The game plan is just, I feel like, you know, we kind of have the same game plan for everybody. Just do you, be the best fighter and athlete that you can be out there. I feel like I'm one of the best strikers in the 85 division, if not the best striker. You know. I'm fast, I'm explosive, and I hit hard. So as long as I go out there and I stay sharp and I stay smart, just have fun out there.
Did you get any initial response from your call-outs at Bisping?
You guys missed it, but I just ran into him in the green room or whatever over there. I walked in there, he was sitting down chilling with his crew, Karen, Brian, and them, you know, the Fox crew. I didn't want to bombard him too much, you know. It's kind of, you know, I feel like in this day and age today, everybody feels like they gotta make some type of show. Everybody wants to throw a fucking dolly at a bus. Well, not everybody. But you get my point. You know, at the end of the day, I just want to do it how I want to do it. And yeah, I do want to call him out, and I did, but I did it in my way. I walked in there. I said, "What's up, Mike? You know, you need an opponent for your final fight. Let me give you your walking papers." To which he told me, "Get the fuck out of here." He did say congrats though on the fight though, and then he said, "Get the fuck out of here." So yeah, but that's the fight I want. You know, it's a fight I've been wanting. You guys, if you guys can go back on my Twitter years ago, I called him out and he actually was down for it. I think he was coming off of a loss, maybe to Vitor or somebody, and I called him out via Twitter. He responded and said, "Yeah, but the fight never came together." I've been calling the man out. I offered to be his last fight in London. I thought that's what he wanted, you know, as far as the card goes. That wasn't the case. So Michael Bisping, again, let's do it. UFC 226 in Las Vegas.
Do you have particular reasons for calling him out?
I just feel like he's one of the biggest names in the sport, and it's a guy that, you know, I've kind of looked up to him in the past, you know, as being a younger fighter, and honestly, in the beginning, I honestly couldn't stand Michael Bisping. I just felt like he was just blah, 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 yap, yap, yap. Like, I just wanted to shut him up. But the more I watched him, the more I respected him, and then the more, you know, like, he earned my, not like he had to earn my respect, but he did. And I have nothing but respect for the man. But I want to go in there and want to give him his walking papers.
And if that isn't maybe the one that they give you, do you feel with this performance that you should be inching towards closer to that top 10?
Oh, definitely. Where's Bisping? He's in the top 10, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So there we go. Give me that fight. Let's go. Let's go, Mike Bisping. Say yes.
What is it like having a legend like Ray Sefo on your team?
Oh, it's
does it give you?
It's unreal. It's unreal. He took me from this just brawler, raw brawler, and made me into a seasoned striker. You know, I'm pretty crisp. I feel like I do it well. I'm one of the better strikers out there in the division and in the UFC itself. Yeah, it's surreal. You know, the first time I ever met Ray was when I first moved out to Vegas. I was sparring on like a Saturday at Tap Out Gym, and here he comes strolling in, and I just was like, wow, I like couldn't believe it. You know, I'm not one to get to a fanboy, but that's about as excited as I get. And asked him to spar. He said, yeah. I thought, you know, this is a good chance. I don't remember this day. You know, I wake up unconscious, but nah. That guy is probably one of the most controlled guys you'll ever meet as far as sparring goes. And right off the bat, you know, we just clicked. And right off the bat, he was trying to help me fix all these mistakes that he could see. So, you know, he's like a big brother to me more than a coach. And it's been such an honor to be, and a blessing, you know, to learn from him.
Did he ever tell you what he saw in you? Or, you know, did he see anything in you when he first met you?
Yeah, he did. You know, he told me, like, you know, I don't tell this to everybody, but you're one of the few that I see where my talent meets with, like, my motivation, you know. You see a lot of guys that are talented but lazy. You see a lot of guys that work really hard that don't really have that, you know, that are not really good athletes, you know, and he said he feels I have both, and I have what it takes to be a champion.
You guys gonna push him to get back in there and fight himself again? You guys been egging him on?
If he wants to. I feel like he wants to fight all the time, but you got.
How for the main event?
I like both guys, you know, but I gotta go with Justin Gaethje. That's my boy, and I think these guys will. I think at the end of the day, it turns into a firefight, and it just kind of boils down to whose chin holds up the best. And although Justin is coming off of a loss, TKO knockout loss, his last outing, I think he's shown in both of their careers that he's had overall, you know, that better chin. But we'll see. I'm going with Justin. I think it's going to be an excellent fight, and I think somebody's getting knocked out tonight.
There are a lot of fans here for Justin. How was the crowd for you out there? Did you feel the intensity or any vibes coming off of them?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it surprised me. A lot of Hawaiians out here. A lot of Hawaiians. I have a whole bunch of people here that came out. Some that flew from Hawaii. Some that drove over from Las Vegas. And then just, you know, my regular fans that just enjoy my fighting. But I was very surprised on the walk back, and even on the walk out. I heard a lot of Hawaiians and I looked at them, and they weren't a part of my crew. So I was like, yeah, Hawaii made it all the way out here to Phoenix, Arizona, or Glendale, Arizona.
There's quite a few Hawaiians that train at the lab. Did you spend any time there while you were here this week?
No, I didn't, not at all. I know a few of those guys. I know the coach as well, you know, great guy, great team. But some of those guys are in Vegas, you know, taking advantage of the UFC PI. So I do cross paths with them, but no, I've never spent any time at the lab. Good.